Imagine a world where two of the greatest minds, Plato and Nietzsche, exchange ideas. What might that conversation reveal about modern philosophy? Let's start with Plato, a student of Socrates and the founder of the Academy in Athens, the first institution of higher learning in the Western world. His dialogues, often centered around memory, introduce the theory of forms, which posits a world of absolutes where objects participate in eternal forms. His profound impact on Western philosophy prompted Alfred Whitehead to assert that all of Western philosophy is a footnote to Plato. Enter Nietzsche, a philosopher who challenged the absolutism of Plato's world. In his work, Beyond Good and Evil, Nietzsche advocates for perspectivism, rejecting absolutes and criticizing Plato as a dogmatist who invented the pure spirit and the good in itself. His philosophy, often seen as a precursor to existentialism and postmodernism, fundamentally contrasted Plato's theory of forms. While Plato's philosophy laid the foundation for Western thought, Nietzsche's ideas challenged the status quo, pushing the boundaries of traditional philosophy. Plato's influence permeates the classical views of moral imperatives, while Nietzsche's ideas have been linked to the rise of nihilism and the loss of religion in the 20th and 21st centuries. Yet the philosophical dialogue between these two thinkers is far from a mere clash of ideas. It's a dialogue that shapes our understanding of the world, influencing movements like postmodernism and our perceptions of morality and truth. Their philosophies, while contrasting, both continue to challenge and inspire modern thought. It's a testament to their enduring relevance that we still grapple with their ideas today, seeking to understand their influence on individual behavior in society and their implications on moral education. With these two philosophical giants in our minds, we delve into their world, their ideas, and their influence on our modern philosophical landscape. In the realm of philosophy, Plato is a colossus, an ancient thinker whose ideas still resonate today. Among these ideas, one that stands out is his theory of forms. This theory, introduced in his dialogue The Phaedo, proposes a world of absolutes, a realm where objects participate in eternal forms. These forms, according to Plato, are the perfect, unchanging ideals of the objects we encounter in our everyday world. Now imagine a world where everything is perfect, a world where the essence of beauty, justice and goodness exists in its purest form. This is the world of forms that Plato envisioned. He argued that our earthly world is but a shadowy replica of this perfect world of forms. It's as if we're living in a dimly lit cave, only seeing the shadows of reality while the true forms exist in a realm of radiant light. Plato's views on moral imperatives are intertwined with this theory. He believed that the ultimate moral imperative is to strive for the perfect form of goodness. Our actions in this world, Plato argued, should be guided by the pursuit of these ideal forms, which serve as the highest standards of morality and ethics. This philosophical perspective has had a profound influence on modern concepts of morality and ethics. It has shaped the way we think about ideals and absolutes, about perfection and the pursuit of goodness. It is a perspective that encourages us to strive for excellence, to seek the ideal in everything we do. But it's not without its challenges. The idea of a perfect world of forms can seem distant and unattainable, and the pursuit of these ideals can sometimes feel overwhelming. Yet it's precisely this tension, this striving for the unreachable, that makes Plato's philosophy so compelling. Plato's philosophy, with its emphasis on the ideal and moral absolutes, sets a compelling stage for the philosophical drama that is to follow. Enter Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher who dared to challenge Plato's world of absolutes. Friedrich Nietzsche, a 19th century philosopher, not only critiqued Plato's theory of forms, but also presented a radical concept known as perspectivism. Nietzsche's perspectivism asserted that all perceptions, including moral and philosophical ones, are bound by the individual perspectives from which they originate. In other words, there is no absolute truth, only interpretations colored by our unique vantage points. This philosophy directly contradicted Plato's world of forms, which posited a realm of absolute, unchanging ideals. Nietzsche critiqued Plato as a dogmatist, arguing that such absolutes as the pure spirit and the good in itself were mere inventions, artificial constructs that distorted the fluid reality of human existence. Nietzsche's views on moral imperatives also deviated sharply from Platonic thought. Where Plato argued for universal moral principles, Nietzsche proposed that morality was subjective, a creation of human societies rather than an inherent universal truth. This perspective, while controversial, offered a new way to consider morality, ethics, and the nature of good and evil. Nietzsche's philosophy, with its emphasis on perspective and rejection of absolutes, has had a profound impact on modern philosophical thought. His ideas have been particularly influential in the development of postmodernism, a movement that shares Nietzsche's skepticism of absolute truths and universal moral values. Moreover, some argue that Nietzsche's rejection of religious and moral absolutes contributed to the rise of nihilism, a philosophy that denies the existence of inherent meaning or value in life. However, it's important to remember that Nietzsche's philosophy is not a call to abandon morality or embrace despair. Rather, it's a call to recognize the role of perspective in shaping our understanding of the world, to challenge assumptions and to create our own values in a world unbound by absolutes. Nietzsche's philosophy, with its emphasis on perspective and rejection of absolutes, offers a stark contrast to Plato's world of forms. So, how do these two contrasting philosophies influence our modern world? Plato's theory of forms has been instrumental in shaping classical views, providing a foundation for Western philosophy. His ideals echo in the works of Aristotle and early Christian thinkers like Augustine, forming the bedrock of metaphysical thought. Plato's emphasis on absolutes and eternal forms has been a guiding principle in the search for truth and knowledge, fostering a culture of inquiry and intellectual exploration. On the other hand, Nietzsche's perspectivism challenges these absolutes, proposing that truth varies based on individual interpretation. This perspective resonates with the postmodernist movement, which rejects absolute truths and embraces subjective realities. Nietzsche's philosophy, with its emphasis on individual perspectives and experiences, has been pivotal in shaping postmodern thought, encouraging a more personal, introspective, and relative approach to understanding the world around us. Moreover, Nietzsche's rejection of absolutes has also been linked to the decline of religious beliefs in the 20th and 21st centuries. His idea of God's death, symbolic of the rejection of traditional religious and moral structures, has been a driving force behind the rise of atheism and agnosticism. However, the influence of these philosophers is not limited to abstract thought. The tension between absolute truths and relative perspectives influences our societal structures, our laws, our ethics, and even our personal behaviors. The balance between Plato's objective idealism and Nietzsche's subjective realism continues to shape our experiences, contributing to the ongoing discourse in philosophy, politics, and morality. Despite the differences, both philosophies have played a significant role in shaping modern thought. Plato's focus on eternal forms provides a stable framework, while Nietzsche's emphasis on individual perspectives encourages diversity and personal growth. The philosophical legacies of Plato and Nietzsche continue to shape our world, our societies, and our individual perspectives. What can we in the 21st century learn from these philosophical giants? Let's revisit the key views of Plato and Nietzsche with a particular focus on moral imperatives. Plato, with his theory of forms, suggests a world of absolutes. This world, according to him, is filled with eternal, unchanging ideals we all should strive to understand and emulate. This can be seen as an invitation to seek truth, beauty, and goodness, and to live in accordance with these ideals. From such a perspective, we might instruct young minds to value truth, seek beauty, and practice goodness in their everyday lives. On the other hand, Nietzsche, with his concept of perspectivism, rejects the idea of absolutes and instead emphasizes the importance of individual perspectives. He suggests that our understanding of truth, beauty, and goodness is shaped by our personal experiences and perspectives. Hence, in a Nietzschean world, We might teach our youngsters the importance of critical thinking, of questioning, of seeking their own truths. We would encourage them to embrace the diversity of perspectives and to respect the individuality of others. However, it's essential to remember that both these perspectives come with their own sets of challenges. Plato's focus on absolutes may lead to rigidity and intolerance towards differing viewpoints. Nietzsche's perspectivism, while promoting individuality, might risk descending into moral relativism, where all perspectives are seen as equally valid, potentially undermining the concept of universal human rights and equality. In essence, the philosophies of Plato and Nietzsche offer us two very different ways of understanding the world and our place within it. Both provide valuable insights, and perhaps the best path lies in combining the strengths of both views. We can strive to seek universal truths while acknowledging the importance of individual perspectives, encouraging a balance of moral striving and critical thinking. From Plato's world of forms to Nietzsche's perspectivism, their philosophies provide us with invaluable insights into the human condition, morality, and our place in the world.